You feel absolutely normal, your blood tests come out normal, your husband is absolutely fine, well, your doctor says everything is okay, but still you have no pregnancy. Well, that is unexplained infertility. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Dr. Surakshit Patina, and in this one I'm going to talk to you a little bit about unexplained infertility and what are its treatment options. One of the most challenging situations that we as clinicians have to face in our OP is that when a patient comes to you looking desperately for answers, but unfortunately you don't have any because the patient is suffering from unexplained infertility. Thanks to all the recent advances, unexplained infertility is much easily treated today than it was before. Unexplained infertility is a diagnosis of exclusion, which means all other causes and all other factors of infertility have already been evaluated and they have all come out as normal. What are all the factors which we evaluate the patients for? 1. We make sure that her hormone levels are all within normal range. 2. We make sure that her uterine anatomy is normal. 3. We make sure the fallopian tubes are patent. This is done by doing a hysterosalpingograph on the 8th day of her menstrual period. And number 5, we make sure that her husband's semen parameters are also normal. When a patient is below 30 years of age and she is suffering from unexplained infertility, we ask the patient to try for expectant management for 3 months, which means we will inform her how to check for her ovulation and then try to be together with her husband on those particular days. When the patient comes back to you after 3 months saying, "Doc, it really didn't work out, I am not yet pregnant," at that point of time you can ask the patient to undergo a folliculometry, which is nothing but a transvaginal ultrasound scan, which will help us diagnose or determine when exactly the day of folliculogenesis is. So we will inform her on the day of the egg release. On that particular day, she and her husband can be together. We would usually try this for maybe 3 months, after which we would start her off on ovulation induction medication. Ovulation induction medication like either clomiphene citrate or letrozole has been used, and these have shown very good results. And this is a treatment protocol only for someone who's below 30 years of age. If someone is more than 30 years of age, then the whole protocol changes. Next, we ask the patient to undergo super ovulation. So generally, whenever for ovulation induction, we make sure that one egg releases every cycle. But when the patient is having super ovulation, she has at least 2 to 3 eggs which are releasing every cycle. Super ovulation is achieved by injections of recombinant FSH and LH medications. And depending on where you're going to, this might vary. And exactly on the day when the eggs have become mature, usually this will be on the day of ovulation, we will give the patient an HCG injection, which will act as a trigger to make sure the ovulation takes place. And once the ovulation takes place, we have one of two options. We either ask the patient to consider going for a natural cycle or an IUI. IUI is nothing but intrauterine insemination, and if you want to know more details about that, click the card which pops out here. We try IUI with super ovulation for 3 cycles, and if this does not work, we ask the patient to undergo a diagnostic hysterolaparoscopy. Now, most of the time when we perform a diagnostic hysterolaparoscopy, some kind of pathology is usually found out. Maybe the patient has some endometriosis, or maybe the patient has a polyp. And if such pathologies are found, they are immediately removed. And the next 2 to 3 cycles, we ask the patient to conceive naturally without any medications. And finally, if that does not work, then we ask the patient to go in for IVF or ICSI. Just a word of caution, unexplained infertility can be treated in several different ways, but this is just a standard protocol what I have actually showed you. If the patient age is a lot more, then the protocol completely changes, and if the patient's age is much lesser than 30 years of age, the protocol is completely different. So definitely check with your clinician and do take a second opinion whenever possible. That pretty much sums up everything about unexplained infertility. And if you found this video useful, go ahead, leave a like, leave a thumbs up on this video. If you did not subscribe to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. Definitely we'll be posting more such videos in the coming future. And until the next one, guys, see you and have a great day.